The next time you need a haircut, think of the barbershop with a grand tradition. Williams Barbershop. Williams Barbershop, proud to serve the entire community of Eufaula. Come by to our new location, new facilities, and see what it's like to be treated in style at Williams Barbershop in the old J.C. catalog store. There is another choice for making funeral arrangements. Central Funeral Services, located in Eufaula and Louisville, Alabama, with one-of-a-kind staff, thrives on professionalism and meeting the unique needs of families with a wide variety of services. Owned and operated by the Mixon family. Call 687-1060 or 266-5261. Melissa Mixon Smith, licensed funeral director.
You're watching LC Green, and what I'm getting ready to do is so important that we come here on a Saturday, and I have with me the probate judge, Sister Susan Shorter, with us today. And what we want to do, we're here first of all, Judge. I want to thank you for giving me and the public your Saturday.
You're welcome.
So that we could do this. Now this is what I want all my viewers to know. I want you, and I've been telling you, I want you to vote yes. I want you to vote yes for the 2 millage. I want you to vote yes. And I think today, between me and the judge, we can answer all your questions. I really believe we can. Now, I'm not scared to share with the judge the things that I'm hearing in the streets, and your fears and your concerns, and we're going to try to answer all that today. And I want you to vote yes. Now, Judge, let's talk about. First of all, I want to thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, let's talk about.
Give me the chance.
Let's talk about the ballot.
Brought it in here.
It's on the ballot, but it's the very last.
It's the last. There's 2 amendments that will be on the ballot. It'll be on the back. There's 2 sides to the ballot. There'll be a front side and a back side. And so the local referendum will be on the back side of the ballot, and it's the very last amendment on the ballot. There's 2 amendments. One of them is a state amendment, and the other one's the local, and it says local referendum on it. I didn't bring the ballot down here with me.
Let me ask you this.
But it's the last one.
Will it be larger than what it is on the sample ballot? Because on the sample ballot, it's small print.
Yeah, the sample ballot's reduced so we can get it all on one page, but the ballot will be the big, this bigger than 8.5 by 14, and so it will be bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about the ballot, I think it's very important that we get our viewers to understand they got to block out. They can't put a check mark there.
Yeah,
they can't go up and down. They got to block out that whole little.
Yeah, the little oval. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, if you get outside the line, that's okay. It doesn't have to be contained within the line. It just needs to completely,
It can't be a check mark.
No, it shouldn't be.
Okay.
It should
it
be.
Can't be a little dot. It got to be kind of.
Right. It needs to be, pretty much filled in. I mean, if it's not all the way filled in, it will generally still count it, but they should be sure to try to get it. And it's better to do too much than not enough.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this. Just let's talk about what I'm asking the people and what you're asking the people to vote yes to.
Right.
What are we asking them for? 2 mil? Is that right?
It's a 2 mil increase on ad valorem taxes. That's right.
And ad valorem tax, that's property tax and tags and stuff like that, or just property tax?
Well, property tax does encompass tags. Property tax is land, and also it applies to vehicles as well.
Okay, vehicles.
Part of your tag is ad valorem. Not all of it, but part of it is.
Okay. So now. Whether you own, now this is the catch. You don't have to own property to vote on this.
That's right.
Because all you got to do is live in Barber County.
That's right.
And this is going to sound crazy to you, but we need to tell the folks that live in Eufaula that they live in Barber County.
That's right. It affects every single voter in Barber County, whether they're in Eufaula, Clayton, Baker Hill, Blue Springs, Clay,
can
Louisville, whatever municipality, or not even a municipality, everybody will have it on their ballot.
Okay, everybody have it on their
Who
ballot.
votes on March
See,
1st.
the problem is that there are some times when things that come on the ballot that only affects
Certain
you follow.
people, right?
And you follow votes, only you follow votes on it.
That's
but
right.
anytime it's a county or state thing, all of us got to vote.
That's exactly
All
right.
all of us have to vote.
That's exactly right.
So now, if you're a registered voter, you're eligible to vote, and we want you to go poll and want you to vote yes.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk dollars and cents, Jared. Now you got to
Okay.
help me with this.
Okay,
You got to
I'll
help
try.
me with this. You
Okay,
gotta help
I'll
me
try.
with this. We're asking for 2
2
million.
mil increase.
Okay. Now, if I read correctly, Jared, so help me with this. That equals about like 20 cents for every $100 or something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's 20 cents on each $100 of the assessed value. And the assessed value is not the appraised value. The appraised value is what the state guidelines say that the property's worth. And then the assessed value is the reduced amount, whether it's because of a homestead exemption and vehicles are automatically reduced anyway. So it's 20 cents per $100 on that assessed value.
So in other words, we asking for 20 cents on the low side.
That's exactly
on the
right.
low side of your property,
That's
not the high side.
That's right. And for motor vehicles, it will just be negligible. I mean, the amount that it will increase for motor vehicles is so small nobody will even notice it. But I did bring some examples on real property.
Okay.
So and
Okay.
you can
While
see.
you're getting that, tell me this. This is what we're asking for. We're asking for 20 cents for every $100 on the assessed value.
That's
Is that correct?
Right, the assessed value.
Of the assessed value. And so, in other words, on the low end,
That's right.
your property might be worth $1 million, appraised $1 million,
Right.
but it might not be assessed but $500,000. So we want the 20 cent on that $500,000. Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. Now tell us what that dollars and cents is.
Yeah, well, to give an example of how the assessed value equates to the appraised value, like here's a house. This is the first one on the list. It's a house in Clayton. Clayton's millage rate is 39.5 mils.
Okay.
So it would increase it to 41.5.
Okay.
But the land value is $2,000 and the value of the house is $56,400. So the total is $58,400. That's the appraised value.
Okay.
But the assessed value for that is just 10% of the market value. So the assessed value is only $5,840. And so when you look at all that they're doing, they've got some fire fees and other things that don't have anything to do with the millage rate. But the total that they're paying now on that house in Clayton that's appraised at $58,400, assessed at $5,840, their current tax bill is $222.68 a year.
Okay.
A year.
All right.
And so the 2 mil increase would increase it by $11.68 to $234.36.
Now, we just do some figures around the other day when me and some more folks was talking, and the most anybody would pay, even with a lot of land, 12 cents increase a year.
How much of an increase? Like this is about a $12 increase for the year on this 58,000. Like here's one with land out in the county.
Okay.
That gives you an idea. This is, and it has a house on it too. They live out there, but they have 700 acres of land.
700 acres. All right.
So it's a big place.
All right.
But it does have a house.
Okay.
And they, on this particular one, there's no homestead exemption. So it's got a house there, but they're not claiming a homestead.
Okay. That makes a difference.
Right. And so it's appraised at, it's actually a little more than $587,000. I mean, you're talking about over $500,000 worth of property, but the assessed value is $58,700. So substantially more than the house that was $58,000 assessed for $5,800.
Right.
And their taxes would only increase $117.
Only increase $117.40
a year.
a year
For 700 acres with a house with no homestead exemption.
All right. Now, I'm gonna say this, and when I make this kind of statement, people might disagree. That's not very much increase.
I don't think it is.
I mean, when what I do, I don't look at the total number. I look at 20 cents on every $100
right.
value,
Right.
and that's an increase a year.
Right.
Now let's talk about this. What The reason why I say it ain't much is because of what it's going to be used for. Jared, I want you to tell our viewers. I want you to tell our viewers, without any hesitation, what this money is going to be used for. And then I want you to share with us some of these figures you got about what the people making
People are
now.
making,
Okay?
yeah. Well, it will be for there's 2 meals that are proposed, and so 1 meal would be for the county employees that do not work at the sheriff's department, just the county employees that are not the sheriff's or jail department people. And then the other meal would go to the sheriff's department and to the jail for him to split between his employees, and also for motor vehicles, motor expenses. It says all other expenses associated with motor vehicles for the sheriff's office and jail.
Okay.
So they've got some motor vehicle problems they need to get, and so he's got.
Let's back up, Jared.
Okay.
You're a county employee?
Well, I'm an elected official,
So
I will not get the raise, and neither will the county commissioners.
okay.
Neither will the revenue commissioner or the sheriff.
Okay.
Even though he's getting a meal for his department, it will not go toward him to get a raise.
Now, Jared, I think it's very, very, very important, because one thing we've always done when we got in front of this camera, we've always been honest.
That's right.
And I think it's very important that we tell the people, first of all, that this raise do not affect any of you elected officials. Am I right to say it like that?
That's right.
even like you said, even though the sheriff deputies would get a raise,
That's right.
the sheriff won't.
That's right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And the commissioners
will not.
won't.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, this is the question that I tried to get answered that I need to answer. I need you to answer this for me.
Okay.
Is it the hourly employees or the salary employees? Who get the raise?
It will be both hourly and salary.
It will be both hourly and salary
That's
employees.
right.
Okay.
That's the way I understand it.
Okay.
That's yeah. And I've got a list here. You can see we have 89 total employees in the county. And there are 7 employees that are salaried employees. So the rest of those.
So now this is what I need you to do. I need you to say, because this is where the controversy is coming in from me talking to, and even putting it on camera. Salary employee versus hourly employee. Could you give us an example of each one? Could you give us an example of who might be what? If you not name the person, but maybe the title. Who's a salary employee? Who's an hourly employee?
Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly which ones make up the 7, but I know that there's I believe the solid waste department has a salaried employee, if not 2, but I think just 1. The county administrator is a salaried employee. I think I'm trying to think who else. Let's see. It says here there's only 1 in the sanitation department. That would be
okay. So
solid waste.
So, okay, we got it.
So there's only I'm not really sure exactly who all the salaried employees are, but there's not many.
Okay.
7.
So we got 7.
Yeah, the county commission office could tell you exactly who they are.
Okay. But now, what would you tell me?
Most of the people are, like, all of my people in my office, in the probate office, are hourly employees.
So everybody in your office is hourly, and
right, and everybody.
You've lost some folks, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, because of this, because of wage problems.
Yeah. But look now, Jared, what would you tell me? What would you tell me if when I pull up later, I'm gonna pull up a previous program that I've been running for the last 3 weeks, and this is where the confusion come in with the people.
Okay.
I got it on camera. I got my viewers who have been told that this would only affect the hourly employees, that it would not affect the salary employees.
It's my understanding that the salaried employees are considered county employees and they would be getting it. But there's just because their salaries are not, I don't think it's enough to make a difference, negatively against our hourly people. I mean, there's so many hourly people. There's 82 let's see, 9 minus 7, yeah, there's 82 hourly employees and 7 salaried employees. So there's still going to be, we got to get it for the hourly employees. We can't not pass it because we're worried about 7 salaried employees getting it.
Okay.
I mean, there's
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. But when you got folks going against something, every little controversy, you know. Now the bill itself does not exclude salary employees. The bill itself does not say that. The bill itself says for county employees of Barber County and for the sheriff department. That's what it says. The sheriff office, it says that. So it does not exclude.
So I think it includes them. That's what I understand, and that's what I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I believe that's correct.
Okay. Now.
Sure.
Okay. So let's say this here then. If there is a disagreement about who get the raise, whether the salary, hourly, like I said. Thank you for this. I got a copy of the bill. I got a copy of the bill right here, and you got a copy of it, and you read it, and I've read it, and nowhere in the bill itself does it. The bill says this. The bill says that half of the millage would go to the county employees for a raise, and the other half would go to the sheriff department for vehicles and sheriff office for the jail and maintenance and all that kind of stuff.
And then for compensation increases for his
for employees. That's what it says. That's what the bill says.
Right.
So the bill does not leave anybody out. What about? And I hate to ask you this like this because you can't speak for somebody. But what about if one of the commissioners said, "Okay, we want to give the salary employees a raise too," and another commissioner said, "No, that's not what it said." Who would resolve that? That's my question.
They would defer to Walter Cowton, the county attorney, to be able to define what is considered a county employee.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and I'm glad you said that because what we need to let our viewers know that this is very legal. All this stuff is legal.
Right.
Matter of fact, I call because when I started doing my research, I'm asking people to vote for this thing. And what I'm hearing is that there's mistrust. The public don't trust the officials to do what they say they're going to do with the money. Okay? But now, the Attorney General office said this. This is what they explained to me. They said that if the money is not used according to what it says on here, that anybody that voted, if you're a registered voter and you voted, you don't care if you voted yes or no, but you voted, then you have grounds to file a complaint.
Yeah,
and somebody, for lack of a better way to say it, Judge, if they don't do what they say they're going to do with this money, somebody go to jail.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no way, and I'll just tell you, I mean, I collect money every month for the county. I'll be collecting some of this for motor vehicle. Marshall Williams' office, the Revenue Commissioner, collects his money every, he does his more in 3 months of the year. But we keep detailed records of everything we bring in, and it gets coded out to where it goes, whether it goes to the school district or whether it goes to the municipalities, whether it goes to the county general fund, whether it goes to the road and bridge fund. I mean, everything is line itemed out. We can tell exactly where everything goes. So there will be no doubt what money gets collected as part of the 2 mil increase if it passes. And there will be, no question that in my mind, I mean, I know Rayanne is the county administrator, Rayanne Cowton, and she used to be an auditor for the state of Alabama Department of Public Examiners.
Okay.
So she knows what she's doing. She understands everything that's going on about how the money's to be, and there's no way that it would not get allocated to where it's supposed to go to give our employees a raise.
Okay. So nobody has the authority to say, wait a minute, now we need this over here.
No, that's right.
Nobody has that authority.
Right, it's not going to happen.
So this is my plea. My plea to the public is to vote yes.
Because it will go to the county employees.
It will go to the county employees who need a raise, y'all.
Yeah, and I want to show you some of those figures.
Okay.
And I'm going to show. I'm going to talk about.
And not only that, but now. We're talking about the sheriff department. We're talking about the deputies. We're talking about the foot soldiers. We're talking about the jailers. We're talking about their vehicles and stuff like that.
Right.
That need to be maintained.
Right.
So y'all vote yes. Go ahead. What you want to tell?
Well, and I've got a table for all the county employees. There's 89, and we talked before. There's 89 county employees. Most of those employees fall in the 21 employees fall in the $8 to $9.75 an hour range. There are 33 that fall in the $10 to $15 range, and that's mostly in public safety and highway and road. So that's mostly our deputies and our road department. There's only 6 that are making more than $15, and then a lot of people in my department are in these lower 2 categories. There are 11 people that make $7.25 to $7.50 an hour, and 11 people that make $7.57 to $7.97.
I'm looking at this. Now tell me this. So what's minimum wage?
$7.25.
$7.25. So we got a total of 11 people who only making minimum wage.
Or between $7.25 and $7.50. Like
So we
department,
got people making either $7.25 which is minimum wage or $7.50 which is 25% more than minimum wage.
Right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 people in the probate office that are making 7 something an hour. And
7 people in the probate office.
Well, no, just let's say 4 of mine are making 7 something an hour.
Okay, now when you say the probate office, we're talking about tags and
yeah, all the licensing. It includes probate court. My probate court and chief clerks are making a little more than that. They're making in the $9 an hour range.
Still no one. But look,
but some of them are making 8. I mean, it's just pitiful, and you can see their yearly salaries span between $15,600 a year to about $19,000 a year. Yeah. And then I've got the poverty guidelines here.
Well, let me ask you this here while you're pulling that out.
Okay.
When you're pulling it out. Now, have we not, and it's not you doing it, but since you've been in office, have we not increased the tags fee?
Well, we had a mail fee that increased, and we could mail the cards out, to cover the cost of mailing the little reminders out. But it wasn't really it wasn't really
so none of that affected the salary though.
Oh no, it was just to cover.
So there was nothing that was done to help with the salary.
No, it wasn't. Okay. Right.
And if you wanted to do a salary increase for your employees, this is the way we have to go, the way we're going now with this millage. Is that correct?
Well, that's what they've proposed. I mean, there's, without additional revenue, I mean, I guess we could try to think of another way to bring in revenue, but I don't know what it would be.
Okay.
But this is the best solution that anybody's come up with in the last, since I've been here.
Now, I've seen you at several of the county commission meetings pleading for this.
Yeah.
And I know that your employees should be very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm gonna tell you what the sheriff told me. The sheriff told me, he said, yes, man, I would love to give my deputies a raise. He said, I would love to give them a raise. So I just wanted to say that because there's some confusion about whether the sheriff support this or not. And he too wise not to support it because it's only helping his deputies. When you got and I tell you what, with the atmosphere being the way it is now, we want to make law enforcement as happy as we can make them.
Well, we all of the employees need more than they're making. I mean, even the ones that are, I don't know exactly which employees are in the $15 an hour or more range, but I mean, every one of the employees here deserves more than what they're making. These are those poverty guidelines. Most federal programs look at like 135% of the poverty guideline. So if you're a family of 1 and you're making $16,000, you're considered to be in the category to qualify for benefits. And you saw most of my people are making about $16,000 or so a year. So they're all working in the poverty. Just about each one of them is working in the poverty range. And if they have a family size of more than 1, if they have a child or anybody else, then they're definitely below. So, that's just not right that they're coming in here every day working and we can't pay them a fair wage. I mean, they really are good, hard workers that are doing what they need to for me and the other departments too. And it's just sad that we can't pay them more.
So we need to, we need to, and Joe, we can just talk point blank for the little time you're going to give me. Because I just want to answer. I'm just trying to answer every question out there.
Right.
And somebody. Well, I have nothing to gain, but my word, and I gave my word to the county employees and to the deputies that I do all I could.
Right, and I appreciate
to try to get a raise.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not making a nickel off of it. I don't work for the county. But I think that when you look at the figures, and this is what I say to interview. If any of you want to see the figures, call your county commissioner and sit down with your county commissioner. And if you can't get your county commissioner, call me. I don't think there's nobody that watched this program that don't know how to get in touch with me. And I got a copy of everything that the judge just talked about. And I'll sit down. I'll take time and show you why we need to say yes on this millage. I don't see how people can live.
Yeah, it's
even if a person living by themselves, you see. So let's do this here. Let's say you mad at the probate judge. Let's say you're mad at her. Maybe you for some strange reason you might not. I just want you for an example. Might not like the job she's doing. Why take it out on her employees?
Right.
If you mad at her, she's gonna come to you in how many more years?
I'll run in 2 more years.
2 more years. She gonna come to you in 2 more years and say, put me back in office. That's when you take it out on her.
Right.
You see, but
don't take it out on my people.
No, don't do that, y'all. We are bigger than that. We are better than that. And if you don't like the sheriff, you don't like the. I had this conversation. People talking about the sheriff won with a landslide. He won re-election with a landslide. And when you win, and big as you won, you know what I'm saying? So that the people are saying, yeah, we like what you're doing. You see? So if you like what they're doing, or if you don't like what they're doing, don't make their people suffer.
Yeah.
Don't make their people suffer.
Yeah, they give me all they have. It's amazing that they do what they do, making $7-8 an hour. So.
And the money will be accounted.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, that's
the least of my concerns. I have no doubt that the money will go to the employees if the millage is increased. There's no doubt in my mind it will go like it needs to.
One of the commissioners, one of the county commissioners, I think said it best. Said the money just passing through them.
Yeah, that's right.
It don't even stop.
It has to come through the county's general fund to be allocated out, but it's still, even though it goes to the general fund, that doesn't mean it just gets put in there and pulled with everything else. It's just, you have one fund, but you have different line items for the different things. So it goes to that fund to be allocated out for the increase in wages. So
and now listen to this. We are talking about folks who got the same bills you and I got.
That's right.
Who like to eat as well as you and I. And I'm talking to you, my viewers. Let's don't deny them that opportunity.
Yeah.
They're family folks. There are officers. There are officers who get up every day and every night and patrol this county to keep us safe.
That's right.
And a man or a woman shouldn't have to worry about at the end of their shift if they got something to eat when they get home.
That's right.
Or if they got enough gas to get to work.
And the road department, we talked at the meeting in Clayton, they were out at night after our storm last week. Clearing the roadway.
Right.
Right. We're all
and let's talk about that for a moment. When the storm came and all the trees fell and the water was high, while we was home sleeping, they were out working to make it possible for us to go somewhere. And is the sanitation on here?
Yeah.
Listen, I have lived in many places, and I can say this: sanitation here is top notch.
It is. It really
is.
And
the holiday. I tell you what I did when I first got here. It was a holiday, so I didn't put my trash in.
They came and got it.
Oh yeah, they I said, surely they're not gonna pass on a holiday. They sure did.
Yeah.
You follow me? So, and they deserve a raise, man. They deserve a raise.
Yeah.
They deserve a raise because just think about what they're doing. Number one, they're picking up our garbage, our trash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some of y'all know you don't use bags. Some of y'all know y'all still just throwing that mess out there, and them folks coming behind you and cleaning it up, making your place look better.
Right.
So let's talk about the sanitation department, public safety. We talked about that. I could talk about that all day. I could talk about that all. Now what it say? General government. What is that?
That's going to be the probate office and the revenue commissioner's office.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe the county commission office also.
Now I don't know
Yeah.
how many people have noticed the change here, but there's been a great change here. It's been a great change. I mean, you're keeping your campaign promises so far.
Thank you.
And everybody know it takes time. We so you're gonna need another 6-7 years
Yeah, I hope maybe more.
to get everything done. So I don't know. Is there anything that we need to talk about, Jerry, that you think of that we need to touch on?
Besides all of this, or just in addition, or
Well, let's talk.
related to
Let's talk.
this?
Let's talk again about the ballot. Can we
Okay,
go
we
back and
can.
talk about the ballot? And those of you, I would advise you to come by the courthouse and get you a sample ballot. Go by the bread basket and get you a sample ballot. Stop me, and get you a sample ballot. And I want you to get it for two reasons. Number one, I want you to see the position of the proposed millage. It's the very last thing on the ballot.
And it says when you vote, when you draw your little circle in, it'll say for proposed taxation or against proposed taxation.
And we want
So
you
we
to
vote
we want you to say for.
For proposed taxation.
It's not yes or no. It's for. So we want you to vote for. But now look, this is what I don't want you to get frustrated about. Because there are some there's the presidential candidates there, and then there's a U.S. senator there. But now, on the side with the president candidates, they says delegates.
Right.
Now, do we have to vote for these delegates?
Yeah, you do not have to vote for the delegates, but if you decide to vote for delegates, you have to vote for the delegates that accompany your presidential candidate choice. So, like if you voted for Hillary Clinton, you would have to vote for Clinton's delegates. If you voted for Ted Cruz, you have to vote for Cruz's delegates. So
But you can vote for the candidate
and
not worry about. Okay.
You can, because it gets kind of confusing, and a lot okay. Don't know who the delegates
okay,
are.
So this is what I want to make sure.
And you can vote for 4 delegates. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if the Republican's the same way as the Democrat. I know the Democrat you can vote for. I don't have the ballot.
Okay, let's talk about that too. But let me before we change the page on this, I want to make sure that our ballot counts.
Right.
So if we don't vote for the delegates, our ballot still count as long as we mark it out completely. All right.
You mean like if you vote for a presidential candidate but not the delegates?
Right.
Will your vote for the presidential candidate
count?
Yes.
All right. And then they got the on the Republican ballot they have Senator as a representative Martha Robley. She's on the Republican ballot against 2 or 3 people, and then on the Democrat ballot, her name is not on there, but there are still 2 people running.
Right, on the Democrat side.
On the Democrat side. But now this is what. And
you have to pick whether you want the Democrat.
That's
or
what I want to talk
Republican
about
ballot.
because this is what's different than all elections that we have here. This is the only election that we have.
The primary election.
Where we got to declare if we're going to vote Republican or Democrat.
That's right. Or if you don't want to vote for either, you can get a ballot that has no candidates and only has the 2 amendments on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you don't want to vote for any Democrats or any Republicans and participate in that primary preference, then you can just get the constitutional amendment ballot, and it's got the state amendment and the local referendum.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But
So okay,
most people don't do that, though.
So most people don't do that.
Most people don't do that. That's unusual for people to just get the constitutional amendment only ballot.
But we have that option.
We do.
So if you as frustrated as I am with these candidates, and I said the other day, man, I wish we had another choice because you know, so if I walk in there and I'm still frustrated on March the 1st, and we need to emphasize March the 1st.
Right.
What time the polls open, Jerry?
7 a.m. and
Okay.
they're open till 7 p.m.
Okay, so the polls gonna be open from 7 to 7 on March the 1st. But now let's go back to this. I'm frustrated with this presidential stuff. I'm very frustrated, but I still want to help my county folks out.
Right.
I just ask them at the table.
You just tell them you don't want to declare a party. You just want the constitutional amendment ballot.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Has it always been that way? I didn't know. Yeah. A lot of you just like me. A lot of you just like me. So I'm glad you said that, Judge.
Yeah.
So this is what we're gonna do. Those of you who have not made up your mind about presidential candidate, you can test that later. There's no reason not to go vote.
That's right.
There's no reason not to go vote. Go and listen. How long will it take you just to vote yes?
And you can still, like, if you are frustrated on the president, but you know you want to vote for the senator or one of the representatives or whatever, you can leave it blank. You can leave stuff blank. The presidential candidate can be blank. And you can just vote for one other candidate, whether it's representative or a senator, or I think there's somebody from the Public Service Commission running. I forget. I don't have the ballot.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can just pick the races that you want to vote, and just vote certain ones.
No. What about this? Now you got me hooked on this. What about this? What about if I just want to vote on the amendments? Now there are 2 amendments there, and if I just want to vote on ours, is that a legitimate ballot?
You can just leave everything blank and just vote for that, and it's still okay.
Okay, all right. Because when we used to vote, and we used to have these curtains, and if you didn't complete your ballot, that curtain wasn't open.
Yeah, and so now with our machines like we have now, it will tell you, like if you leave some stuff blank, it'll tell you you've undervoted. But you can tell it to accept it anyway, because it doesn't want you to undervote and not realize you've not voted. So it will alert you to the fact that you've undervoted your ballot.
So undervoting simply mean that there are some more choices I could have made, but I don't have to do it.
That's right, you don't have to. And you can tell it to accept it anyway. But it gives you the chance to have it spit it back out, so you can say, oh, I forgot, and go mark the ones you forgot. Because some people forget there's a second something on the back. They do the front and they forget there's something on the back. They don't flip it over. So that lets them realize, if that were the case, that, there's a bunch of stuff you didn't vote for on the back. And they're like, oh, I didn't know there was a second
Yes, please turn it over.
So, but you can tell it to go ahead and accept it, and that's okay.
Now, two more things, Jerry. The absentee voting was open and closed when?
It hadn't closed yet. I think it closes on the 25th, I think. I can look at my calendar and tell people that date very quickly. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. I think the last day... Yeah, the last day to make an application for an absentee ballot is this coming up Thursday, the 25th.
Okay.
And they still have to get it back now. That's
By
pushing
March
it
1st.
close. Well, it has to be back. Yeah, it has to be postmarked by February 29th and to the post office when David Nix picks them up by 12 noon on March the 1st.
Good. Now let's go with this again. I know you don't want to talk about this.
It's okay.
What qualifies a person to absentee vote?
Well, if they're not going to be in the county that day, if there's no way they can get off of their work, if their work hours just don't allow it, which that's unusual because most people, usually are not working the whole time from 7 to 7. If they're disabled and they can't get out of the house to get to the polls, if they have a medical emergency, is that it? That's about it. If they're not.
Nursing home people.
What'd you say?
Nursing home people would be considered.
Oh yeah, nursing home people, absolutely. Yeah, yes, they're perfect candidates for it, and but they just have to make, if they're not going to come get they can come get the ballot from the courthouse, from the absentee election manager, from David Nix's office. But if they make an application for it and then they have to mail it to them, and then they have to mail it back in, the 25th is really pushing it close.
Can I come and pick up a handful of absentee ballots and take them out and get people to vote?
Let me think about the absentee rules, because David Nix does that, not me. let's see, a person has to make a request. I think they will only give I can't remember, Pastor Green.
Okay.
I know that nobody can turn in the ballot for the other person, and when the ballots, I think they will give applications out to people, but they won't give the ballot to anybody else. The ballot has to either be mailed to the person or picked up in person. Now, they will give applications to people for somebody to take the application for somebody to fill out.
Okay.
But the ballot has to be given either to the voter or mailed to the address they put on their application.
Yeah, well, the reason I asked that, I want to make sure that we don't run across the
Yeah,
problem.
because
we ran
then
across
somebody
and
could
vote.
then somebody could get the ballot and vote it. So they don't.
And I think that is very important, George, that we say, people have a tendency to say, well, we've been doing this like this, Just because you've been doing it, that don't make it
That
legal.
doesn't make right.
And we've had that problem. We've had that problem in Houston County. We don't need that here.
Right. No, they do a good job of getting them out. I just had to think for a second what the rules are because I don't have to give them out. But yeah, they will not give somebody else's ballot to somebody else.
All right. Now, is it too late to register for the March 1st vote?
It is too late to register.
Okay.
Yeah, registration cut off on February the 15th.
Okay.
And so now if you're not registered, you will not be able to vote March 1st.
Okay. So now the next time the voting is in November.
I think it's November the 8th.
So if we miss the cutoff for the March 1st, anytime after March 1st we can register and vote in November.
You can still go ahead and register anytime now, but you just would be registering for the November election, not for the March 1st election. But you don't have to wait. So if you're thinking about it and want to go do it now, you can. You can go online and do it now. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just came out with that about maybe a week or two before the February 15th cutoff.
So we can go online and register to vote.
To the Secretary of State's website.
Okay.
It's alabamavotes.gov.
Okay. Now what about this? The court has upheld that you must have voter's ID now. You must have a voter ID.
A photo ID.
A photo ID, yes. Now at one time I was telling people that they could come here and get a photo ID.
Not to the probate office, but to the Board of Registrar's office.
What I said. Yeah, that's what I told them, Jerry.
Okay, if they came here, we tell them to
go there. Yeah. But I mean, and it's free of charge.
It is.
It's free of charge, so
very easy to get.
There's no reason why you shouldn't. Now,
that's right.
Will your driver license work?
It does. Driver's license works. And if your driver's license is expired, but it's still within 60 days of expiration, it's still considered valid. Okay. So we will still take a driver's license that's within 60 days of being expired. I mean, I'd have to look at the list of what are acceptable.
Okay. So what about the old days when you could bring a bill or something? You got to have ID.
It's got to be a photo ID.
Okay.
And there are only certain ones like and I'd have to look at the list. Anytime somebody brings something out of the ordinary, we always look at our little list and make sure we're doing it right. Certain forms of student ID are acceptable.
ID,
military ID, but not like from the high school, not that student ID.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think it's not IDs from out-of-state colleges, maybe some IDs from in-state colleges. I'd have to look at the list. It gets kind of complicated. But most people have their driver's license.
But people got enough time now.
Or their Alabama identification card.
Okay,
a non-driver Alabama ID works just as good.
And if anybody got any questions, they got time now. So
they can still come up and get their photo voter ID at the Board of Registrars.
So if you already registered to vote, and all you need is an ID, come get your ID.
Absolutely.
All right?
Yes.
Now, if you're not registered to vote, you can come register and get your ID, but you won't be able to vote March the 1st.
That's right.
If only thing you missing for March the 1st is your ID.
You can still come
get your ID. There's no cutoff on that. You come in. You can come in March 1st morning.
That's right.
And get that. There's no cutoff on that.
That's right.
But we just talking about the ID.
The photo ID.
And again, correct me if I'm wrong. That's free.
Yes.
That's free.
Yes.
And whether we like it or not, that's the law. The law says that you got to have photo ID. That's what the law says. That ain't something we making up. The law says that.
That's right. Now I'll say this too.
Okay.
If a person comes to the polls and they don't have a photo ID, and the poll workers who are working that poll know that person, then if two people at the poll can certify that that person is who they are, then we can sign an affidavit, our poll workers can, and let them vote. But, we have to know. They can't bring their utility bill and we believe it's them. We have to know who they are.
Well,
so that is
in a city like
one
this,
exception, because and we did that. I know once or twice at least at the last round of elections, where the people just they knew it was that person.
And you take a cloud on Louisville somewhere like that.
But sometimes you have people where they don't know who the person is. But this was in place 2 years ago in 2014, and I don't remember having any instance of somebody not being able to vote because they didn't have a photo ID. So I don't believe it affected us negatively in Barber County at all. But if it did, I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
So I don't think it'll be a problem.
So this is what we're gonna do. If they're can I say this? Can I tell the folks they got any questions they can come
call
see
me?
you?
Yes. I'll be very busy this week.
Yeah,
I'll be in and out.
That's why I was hesitant to say that.
Yes.
And
I'll call them back if they don't get me. Me or somebody will call.
And
them back.
this what we are willing to do with legitimate questions.
Yeah, even if they're stupid questions. If they're questions, they're questions. Yeah.
Just like this is being done on a Saturday. You probably gonna this gonna run Sunday, and it's gonna run again Tuesday.
Okay.
And I want our viewers to know how important this is. That you taking time from your busy Saturday schedule, your only day off besides Sunday,
right?
And that's your church day. I can't emphasize how important this is. The judge thinks so much of this that she's taking a Saturday off and come and sit down with me so I can talk to you. Now you watching it in the privacy of your own home or on Sunday or Tuesday night, or you driving in your car watching it on YouTube. You don't know the sacrifice that has been made. That's because this is so important. We want you to vote yes. I mean, 20 cents on every $100. Come on.
Yeah.
20 cents. And if you saying that you're gonna vote no, give us a chance to talk to you.
That'd be great.
If you saying you want to vote no, if you sitting there right now saying I'm gonna vote no, and this what the man told me, and that's why I use the word millage. I got a good friend of mine who I got a lot of confidence in. He said, man, the moment you say tax,
I know.
People are going to say, boom.
I know, and that's on the ballot. It just looks yuck because it says for proposed taxation or against proposed taxation. And, I know people may have a tendency to say, who wants taxation and vote against it, but it will be minimal and we really need it.
Don't let one word
to pay our employees
scare you.
Yeah.
Don't let one word hurt people that really need it.
Yeah,
and somebody told me, I said, man, you taking this personal. Yeah, I'm taking it personal.
Well, I'm glad you are.
I am. I'm taking it personal because man, look, people, we live in America.
Well, the people that are working for the county are the people that are serving all of our citizens in the county.
Sure. And our neighbors and our friends and our church members. If it weren't
for these 89 people, we would have a mess.
And we live in America. We live in America. We live in the richest country in the world, so nobody should have to worry about keeping their lights on and all that other stuff.
I appreciate you working
but anyway, so if you got any questions, please give us a chance to answer the questions between now and March the 1st.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, don't stay home on March the 1st. Go out and vote. Even if you vote no, go vote.
Yeah, go vote.
Go vote. Please go vote. And I'm praying. I'm praying hard every night that you vote yes. I want you to vote yes on this. I want you to vote yes on this. I ain't gonna bother you. I want you to vote yes. I want you to vote yes. So, George, what I'm gonna do? I think that let's just go with some quick things, right quick.
Okay.
You're not getting a raise.
I'm not getting one.
The sheriff not getting a raise.
No.
The county commissioners are not getting a raise.
No.
And this money is going to be used exactly what it is stated to be used for.
That's right.
Nobody want to go to jail behind 20 cents.
No.
Behind 20 cents on $100.
No, and they're not. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
And we have the people that need it. You got the figures right here,
right,
in front of me,
right.
And if you disgusted, and I'm glad you told me this here now. If you disgust with this presidential race,
just get the amendment ballot.
and say yes for the thing going back to the House.
That's right.
And There are gonna be people providing you with rides, so you have no excuse. Now listen to what I'm telling you. Can't nobody tell you how to vote. They can only come and do what I'm doing, making a plea to you in the public.
Right.
Because they're giving you a ride, that don't mean you got to vote the way you
That's
know.
right. That's
Matter of fact, Jared, I found out, and I'm trying to get the Secretary of State here between now and March the 1st. I'm trying my best to get him here to address some issues himself, to tell us. Now, my understanding is, if I'm giving somebody a ride, I'm taking them to the poll. And the only thing I can do is give them a sample ballot. Now, I can highlight your name because you paid for the ballot. But I can't tell people the condition of their ride is to vote for you.
Oh, no.
Can't do
right.
that.
No. They need to. I mean, our right to vote is one of the most precious things we have as citizens in America, and we need to know that we can go in those polls and vote however we want to, and we can, because nobody's going to know how we vote when we go in there but us. So if you need help and want somebody to help you, you can ask that person for help.
Right, once you get to the poll.
But they cannot, if you don't want them going in there with you to help, they don't need to go in there with you. If you need somebody, that's okay.
Let me ask you this: when you say need help, if I'm driving you to the poll, can I also go inside and help you, or there are people inside? I've always seen people that's already in the bowling place that help you when you go in there.
Either way,
okay.
That's the voter's choice.
Okay,
that's
okay.
the person who votes choice,
Okay.
because it's their right to vote the way they want to do it.
Okay.
And if they want the person who drove them to help them, that's okay. But they have to tell us that they want that person in there, and they both have to sign the list. If they want one of the poll workers to help, our poll workers will be glad to help them.
Okay.
If they want to have their sister meet them up there, their sister can go with whoever. But the voter has to tell the poll workers working if they need help, that they need help, and who they want that helper to be.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do, Judge. I'm going to run this program, and I'm going to run the one with the 2 county commissioners from now until
March the 1st.
March the 1st. And when I'm saying I'm going to run it, I mean it's going to be beyond the regular time that I do my program.
Okay.
I'm going to do my program, and then any other time I'm getting with my producer. And any other time there's some free time, we Central Funeral Home and other places is sponsoring some airtime where we can run it.
Good.
Where we can run it at other times.
Good. Okay.
And that's just how important it is that we get the word out. And all I can say again, I'm gonna be through. I'm gonna let you talk after this, Judge. All I can say again, if you got any questions, if you got any questions, this is a very knowledgeable young lady. She can answer most of all of our questions. Even told me something after I did all my research. I tell you, I've been doing some research and calling Secretary of State and Attorney General and everybody else, and I still didn't know about this.
The amendment.
Yeah, I did not know about that. So in other words, there's no excuses.
That's right.
There's no excuses.
That's right.
And if you got an elected official, now let me say this to you, and I'm through. If you got an elected official that's not supporting this bill, you remember that when they come up for re-election. Tell us what you want to tell us, Jerry.
Well, I think we've covered all this, but like you said, if anybody has any questions, call me at the probate office. You follow us 687-1530, and if I'm not here or not available, ask them to put you to my voicemail, and I will call you back. In Clayton, it's 775-8371. And same thing, if I'm not available, take it to the voicemail or see if somebody else in the office can help, because we'll be glad to answer questions over the next week as we're getting ready for the primary on March 1st.
And we got plenty sample ballots. If somebody want to come get a sample ballot, familiarize yourself with the ballot, we got plenty.
Yeah, I won't say we have plenty. We have enough to give out to individuals, but we don't have an excessive amount to give like big stacks out to people. But I can email it. I have it on email.
Oh, really?
I can email it. You can't print it out big if somebody emails it, because it's
Well, I got some
big paper. But
maybe you got less now because
they've been going. But I'm sure we have plenty for whoever will show up and get them, and we can absolutely reprint them smaller than what the sample ballots are. But you can still see, or we can email it to somebody. So if y'all want to call and give us your email address, we'll be glad to email it to you.
And I would start my first question. I would start with my county commissioner, because they're the ones who really put this bill together. So my first question would be with the county commissioners, and then if I didn't get a satisfactory answer, then I'd call a probate judge.
Yeah, we'll be glad
And
to.
if you say, well, I can't get her, then get me and
I will call them back. If they call me, I will call people back.
you heard it.
Usually the same day, but sometimes it takes me a day or two.
Yeah, I got you. You heard it. So I thank you. I thank you, Judge. I thank you very, very much for your
taking
time.
your time
And
on
please
Saturday.
vote yes. Please vote yes. Don't make this young lady cry. Don't make her beg you. Vote yes. It's the very last thing on the ballot. And if you don't want to deal with all that other stuff, just ask for the ballot with the proposals on. Is that the right word? You've been watching Gumbo Live with L.C. Green. Thank you very kindly.
Thank you.
The next time you need a haircut, think of the barber shop with a grand tradition. Williams Barber Shop. Williams Barber Shop, proud to serve the entire community of Eufaula. Come by to our new location, new facilities, and see what it's like to be treated in style at Williams Barber Shop in the old JCPenney catalog store. There is another choice for making funeral arrangements. Central Funeral Services, located in Eufaula and Louisville, Alabama, with one-of-a-kind staff, thrives on professionalism and meeting the unique needs of families with a wide variety of services. Owned and operated by the Mixon family. Call 687-1060 or 266-5261. Melissa Mixon Smith, licensed funeral director.